But if you do want SRTV to come back up right now, I promise you, you will have your voice heard. I promise you, personally. Myself as Thomas Joseph Dadourian, I will be your voice. Personally. Personally.
Peter?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I mean, I admire the fact that you're actually stepping up and taking accountability for what happened, and like, I appreciate that. Unfortunately, like, even firing you isn't gonna undo the hurt that those words came out. When they came out,
I agree.
they're out, you know, and that's it.
That's the problem with live television. That's why I am telling you right now, no live television is going to air on SRTV. The new charter is not going to have any live television.
So, I agree with that. I agree with that, definitely. So the thing is, though, like,
I know it hurt, and I was as soon as, because the problem with live television is as soon as somebody drops their pants or whatever you call it, people have to put a bullet in the gun and pull the trigger before anything can happen. Anybody who was watching the television at that time saw me step on stage and stop them from talking. But they had already, you're right, the hurt is done, and I take responsibility for that, and I apologize for that.
So the only thing I was going to say, though, just like to finish that thought, was just, you know, while I definitely admire that, like, you're taking responsibility for it, we can't undo it once it's done. So what we really want to do is, before we put it up, make sure, like, with absolute certainty, that it can't be done in the first place. So we don't have to, like, go around trying to mitigate what's already happened, you know what I'm saying? And I know you're working on the charter right now, and I'm really, really happy you are, because the faster we can come up with a structure that's going to absolutely guarantee that that's not going to happen, the faster we can move forward, and to get that content you're talking about, to get those voices heard on student-run television. But we just need to have that guarantee. You know, and then not just in someone telling us, but literally in the rules and the structure and the approval process, which we already know the one currently doesn't work, so we need to go to a new one. And then if we can be certain at that point that the new process is going to make sure that doesn't happen, then let's go for it. I just don't see that now.
I agree with you completely. I believe that SRTV's charter does allow things to air on TV that should not be on TV. I believe that not allowing SRTV to air at this time will deal with questions about SRTV. We have enough negative publicity as it is. Okay, we've been. I don't know if you know this, but we've been asked we were going to film the concert on Friday, but we've been asked to step down and not film it. Even TRTV with their own cameras, we've been asked not to attend Rock and Roosevelt because of the horrible press that we've gotten. And we're just asking. All I'm asking you guys to do is to stand up for us. And I know the charter needs to be fixed. However, I'm saying in the meantime, allow us to be the voice for people. Allow us to get the news up. Allow us to let these people work. Yes?
Oh, I'm saying, I was just thinking, I mean, like, there is an issue right now with the charter and AS supporting SRTV, but you still have avenues to put out your media. You have YouTube, you have Facebook, you have online media, and honestly, I would support and market that. But at this moment in time, as a council, as this organization, we have to think about what we're doing because you are sponsored by us.
But that would kill us.
We have to stop right. I mean, I know what this sucks, man. You know, it's really painful. I completely understand where you're coming from, Tom. I respect exactly what you're doing, but this is necessary. We have to do this, or else things will never get better. You still have other avenues, and SRTV will be back up online soon enough. So just be patient for now. Because we're all trying to be patient too.
We're out of time again on this section, so we're now back to public input. Any objections or business? We're going to all in vote. So all in favor of going to new business, please raise your hand.
Go.
All opposed? That's a tie. 11-11. As speaker with a vote, we will go to new business.
Thank you for getting me.
Are there any motions? We can take it. So, there's been a motion to reinstate SRTV. Is there a second? under the current charter. Is there a second? With, alright. Well, so this part, we don't have public in this part quite yet. Alright, so there's been a motion, a second, so all in, well, wait. Yeah, sorry. So, we need to vote if we're gonna talk about this in new business. There's objections, yeah. So all in favor of allowing discussion on this matter, please raise your hand. All opposed? With vote of 18-4, we will have discussion. So I can give you speakers list. We could also make the same motion to allow members of the public to be on the speakers list if you'd like. Alright? Are there any objections?
What information, what was the motion?
To allow members of the public to be on the speakers list. Any objection?
Object.
Alright, all in favor of allowing the public to be on the speakers list, please raise your hand. All opposed? That passes. So,
Limit the debate to 5 minutes. Object. Got 5 minutes.
second.
Friendly amendment.
Motion 5 minutes or second. Objection. All in favor of allowing debate for 5 minutes, please raise your hand. All opposed? That fails. Alright, so now speakers list. Alex Boo.
I know SRTV, members of SRTV feel as if their reputation is not being served because of executive decisions. It's unfortunate that has happened. We recognize that not all members are responsible for what has happened. At the same token, we as AS members are responsible, and we are being under the microscope right now for letting these things happen to our campus and for not making proactive decisions. We are being ridiculed too. Our reputation is on the line too. So I'm also asking for patience with this. We do need time to keep this breeze. We need to reevaluate what we need to get done with the charter, and let's make action after that. So let's focus on one thing at a time. Let's not do too many things at one time. I can see far more damaging consequences if something were to go wrong while we were redoing the charter and SRTV was up. It's just too big of a risk. I will not take that risk.
Carpenter.
Motion to start individual speaking time for 45 seconds.
Is there a second?
Yeah.
All in favor of allowing speaker time to be limited to 45 seconds per person, please raise your hand. All opposed? That's it.
Yeah, I mean, so the motion at hand here is to reinstate essentially the charter. This is the charter though that led to the circumstance that we're dealing with here. I mean, my point is, unless we fix the area in which the problem is coming from, the problem can happen again. So I would ask that we do not approve this motion, and I mean, I'm more than willing to work with everyone at SRTV, figure out a great charter, and we will speed this process through. I've already promised that, and I hope you can trust us on that.
Peter?
I was just going to mention that, like, one thing, this does pain me too, because I wish that all the footage of what's going on over the last week and a half can just be disseminated to all the students who don't understand the ramifications of what is going on right now. That actually does bother me a lot, but I can't just allow, to set up a situation where we could have an incident happen again, just like it happened. It's like rolling the dice. I just don't feel comfortable rolling the dice like that. It's painful, but that's like today's day of sacrifices. Unfortunately, if we want to make sure that we're not going to get that same incident, we can't really reinstate this charter. I was thinking about something actually right now. It's just kind of ironic. I don't really know how I feel about it. I guess I'll see how the council feels about it. Is that technically, as Vice President of Finance and Resources, I technically control all our resources. So, I control the offices and I control the resources of the associated students. So technically, right now, we have a ton of resources sitting in an office.